Sophia, how was your date last night? Tony Del Vecchio is a dreamboat. I wouldn't mind glancing over at the night table and seeing his teeth next to mine.
Ma, please. I mean, it's probably silly, but I'm not that comfortable hearing about your way with it.
Same reason the dog licks himself, Dorothy. Because he can.
Where's Stan?
That wasn't Stan at the door.
Oh, who was it?
Now, Dorothy, just stay calm. Just relax. Now, don't do anything you'll be...
Long time.
This competition's gonna be a piece of cake, Rose. Just look around. Ugly. No charisma. Well, there's a gym teacher County knew was actually a social disease.
Congratulations, Rose, a new record. And you've done it without needing
Penicillin. Now, Rose knows I don't mean anything, don't you, honey? We all have our dry spells.
You can borrow the earrings, Blanche. I'm not going anywhere tonight. In fact, why don't you just hang on to them?
Well, a night of unbridled passion should take it out of you.
Who said anything about passion? I was tired from picking up beer cans from Stan's poker buddies.
I just cannot believe Lillian's only been here 24 hours.
I cannot believe that Ma thought she could handle her alone. But we're a family nonetheless, and you can't break us up.
Well, as moving as all this is, I can't help you. I got to file my report, and either Mrs. Devereaux has to bring the house up to code or somebody's got to leave.
Wait just a minute. These women no longer live in my house.
Blanche, what are you saying?
I'm saying that it's not... Dorothy, do you love him?
What does that mean, Blanche? He was my husband. He was the father of my children. Of course, I have feelings for him.
Uh-huh. Well, what are they?
Love.
When that door opens, you can see right in there.
Who cares, Blanche? We have more important things on our minds.
Take a load off, Rose. We're here. Alley number 7.
Wait a minute. What are y'all doing here? We're supposed to be sharing this alley with the Nielsen twins.
They had to...
And I would say I always looked up to you like an older sister.
Thank you, Blanche. Oh, and I forgot one thing. I would also say you're fat.
For rent, and the name is Blanche Devereaux.
Why would you name a room Blanche Devereaux?
Oh, it's been such a lovely day. Mr. Sunshine really gave us one of his biggest and brightest smiles. Oh, I feel like putting my arms around Mother Nature and giving her a big kiss. Hi. Here we go. Some nice snacks.
Oh, thank you, Rose.
Oh, look. Here's one of Phil when he was 17.
Oh, he looks so handsome. Oh, I don't think I ever saw him in a tux.
This has to be some kind of mistake.
Don't panic. There's just a possibility. This is a precaution.
What do I do?
We just call up the hospital and make an appointment. Everything will be fine.
You think so?
Why, I'm sure of it. Now, let's plan Dorothy's fundraiser. Hey, I know what would be fun.
Blanche, we're going to try to raise all the money. Well, he has to leave. I'll be right back.
Bye.
Say bye-zy-bye.
Bye, darling. You be good now. I'm worried about Blanche. I wish she'd let one of us go with her.
Not me. I hate hospitals. My friend Matty Fishbein went into the hospital a healthy guy. Then
Big sadness, not only for me, but also for the many people whose lives have been touched by the warmth and the kindness of this woman who is lying here. I wish I knew how many charities and hospitals and orphanages have benefited from her generosity. But now no one will ever know.
you want color? Talk to Lena Horne.
Here we are, Sophia. Homemade chicken soup. I used to make it for my husband when he wasn't feeling well.
Did you make it for him the last time he wasn't feeling well?
Oh, hello, everyone.
Blanche.
Oh, I just happened upon the most divine dress sale. I would have called you. Dorothy, get dressed. We're going out to celebrate Clayton's last night in town.
Oh, terrific.
Let's go to Jose's. We always go there to celebrate.
The food is great.
Yeah, and they make all the waiters wear these really skin-tight bullfighters pants.
Really?
Be out for an intimate dinner. Actually, it'll be the first time in weeks that we've been anywhere without Ma.
Is that why you sent her off to the drugstore?
You're dumping your own mother?
Faster than CBS dumped Jimmy the Greek.
Dorothy, I'm shocked at your behavior.
Me too.
Blanche, how much longer do I have to have this hot towel on my face?
Now, just be patient, Rose. When I tell you to remove this towel, you are going to see what a dramatic difference.
Devereaux doing laundry for a man?
Not just any man, Rex Huntington.
Rex Huntington? Isn't he the guy who stood you up last week?
Well, yeah, he did, but I happen to like the man, so I'm giving him a second chance.
That was his second chance. He stood you up the week before that.
You're enjoying this, aren't you, darling?
Hi, Sophia.
Let's roll, Freddie. We got a game to win.
That was really a sweet thing for Sophia to do.
I know.
But if she loses, I'll punch her stinking heart out.
Damn, you're good. Well, it wasn't all up and down the Florida coast. It was only Fort Lauderdale during spring break.
Me the towel.
Oh, just hate that Sid LaBass.
Well, it's not Sid's fault. He told us patching the roof wouldn't work.
Listen, let's face it, we're going to have to find a way to come.
Should have came with my wallet.
Ma, I am furious with you.
Think of how mad your date's gonna be when he finds out he's not going out with Janet Gaynor.
Oh, God.
Now, Dorothy, just remember how important first impressions are. And one little girl wet her pants. That girl in the puddle was me. I have never told that to another living soul, Rose. You see, I thought I had overcome.
Culture wouldn't hurt any of us.
All right, we'll go. But I'd rather stay home and eat flot.
So, overall then, what I'd say Frost is most significantly remembered for is his simple, clear use of language and uncomplicated imagery to express the quiet values of a rural New England life.
Problem, we have to find out what Sophia and Angela are mad about, and then force them to sit down and settle it. It's like that old Scandinavian saying, you can let two angry mackerel fight it out in a purse, but don't ever plan on carrying that purse to a formal affair.
Television?
Well, I don't really watch it. I just pretend it's radio.
We don't exactly watch it either. With our crummy TV, we get 2 channels at once. For a while there, I thought Benson was having an affair with Miss Ellie.
Listen, Mom, we cannot afford a new TV.
Go on.
You know, I'm going to tell you something, Blanche. I'm sure glad I am not in her shoes. Oh, I'd hate to have to give a eulogy.
What if it was my eulogy?
What?
What if you were giving a eulogy? Come see you. Middle of next week, maybe. Oh. No, I understand. How about the next week? Oh. Uh-huh. Okay. First, I start to yawn a little. Then I put my hands up over my head like
Oh,
this.
Blanche, I know that when you end up with your arm around me.
Yeah, but that's just the first part. Did you know that if you blow right on the tip of a man's earlobe...
Got one funny line? And how about that sequel? Dorothy, Dorothy, what the hell were we just talking about?
Look, Ma, Stan and I have a long history together, and it's nice that we're finally able to talk to each other as friends.
Friends are one thing, Dorothy, but he's your ex-husband and you're giving him the wrong guy.
Yes. Now, I have my education exam tomorrow morning.
You mean you're kicking us out?
Rose, I have to study.
That's my Dorothy. Always with her nose in a book. Unlike your brother Phil, who was always with his nose in the dirty clothes hamper.
I cannot believe you would be so cold-blooded as to cast out your two dearest friends.
May I remind you, Dorothy, that Moose didn't just raise little Yemeni. He put him through medical school.
Why were you dating Buzz at the same time as Charlie?
Because I didn't know which one I liked better. They were so different. Charlie liked to do all the...
I'm cramping up.
Miles?
No, honey, it wasn't Miles. We'll let you know when he gets here.
Maybe we need a signal.
How about this? I yell, "Hey, Rose, Miles is here."
Got it. To go without. I remember when my mother-in-law came to stay with Sal and me when we were first married. For 2 months, Dorothy, your father and I didn't have sex.
Why not, Ma?
She slept in between us. It was a very small place. Have you ever seen an Italian after he's gone without?
No.
That's because you're...
Oh, but you have to take the back stairs to get to her. Unless you have that special key for the main elevator. I'm guessing.
Oh, you little devils, you.
Wait a minute.
Honey, are you sure you don't want to join us?
You got a marzipan bar in your ear? I told you. I've got a date with you-know-who.
Ma, we love you.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
You fell for it.
Oh, thank you, Rose. Thank you. You don't know what that means to me.
Rose, you remember a kiss unlocked your...
You know, she had me in her corner right up until the end. Hi, Ma. You want some tea?
Nah, I'm trying to...
Mrs. Petrillo, you're under arrest.
Well, all's well that ends well. What? It's the title of a Shakespeare play.
Well, Rose, nothing is well and nothing has ended.
I think some of the stuff you do is illegal. I'm looking into it.
Miserable.
Let's try to get along. Mrs. Claxton, I don't know if you remember me. Dorothy Zbornak.
Sure, I know you. You're the one with nothing going on in your bedroom.
Why, you miserable...
Mama's jewels. I can never replace them. Oh, I'm just beside myself. And you ought to see the mess they made in there. They flat tore this place apart.
They were probably looking for drugs.
We have Malox and estrogen.
More than 100, and we didn't have any change.
What about these?
Well, they all had hundreds, too.
Rose, let me give you a few lessons in economics. Lesson number 1. Quit being an idiot.
Okay.
Lesson number 2. The law of supply and demand. Before you...
Let's just do it.
Okay, we're almost there. Here we go.
No, wait a minute. Blanche, come on, this is ridiculous. Oh,
You don't want the doctor to operate?
no.
Then it's settled. We'll do it here. Blanche, go boil some water and get me a pillow. Rose, sharpen my Ginsu knife. Dorothy, pick out a shoe you'd like to bite on.
You're not serious.
No, I'm just acting as stupid.
I can't believe I'm going to meet the President of the United States.
Oh, if I say something stupid, I'll die. Can we make a donation in lieu of flowers?
Dorothy, you're not still planning on saying all those things to the president, are you?
Oh, absolutely. When he comes through that door, I am ready for him. Read my lips.
Dorothy?
Have we met?
Not yet. I'm here because of your ad in the paper. Willing to do anything, $8 an hour, no job too big or small.
Yes, of course. Please come in. I'm sorry, I didn't expect people to actually come here. I just figured, that I would be going to them.
That's the way.
Hi, Rose.
No, I'm Dorothy.
Hi, Rose.
I'm Blanche. You must be Isaac Newton.
Yes, I am.
I bet you take a lot of kidding about that.
About what?
Rose should be ready any moment.
Perfectly. When Blanche Devereaux sets out to seduce a man, she doesn't drag her feet.
Blanche.
Well, have Belle, you sex-hungry devil. Now, I told you, no more. Go home and take a cold shower.
No.
And when the applause started, his clapper went crazy. The lights went on, off, on, off, on, off. And Miles did his impression of the old King Kong. We laughed and laughed. So I pretended I got a million of them.
That's okay, Ma. I don't think I'm going to be doing my stand-up routine anymore.
How come? You were great.
This morning I realized that what I've been doing is no different from my dream. I mean, every time I stand in front of a classroom, I face the same challenges. Only I come away with something that I didn't feel last night.
I have a question. Does Johnny Cash ever wear plaid?
It's not her fault. She's from Minnesota. We'll be in touch.
Oh, girls, we have interviewed dozens of people. We haven't met one likely candidate.
Well, maybe our standards are too high. And she took them. I mean, deceit, then theft. Isn't murder the next logical step?
St. Olaf, right?
Face it, Dorothy, Blanche was discovered in a locked room. Only she and the victim had keys. I mean, give me another explanation.
The trouble is,
This is terrible. I wish it were over.
It will be soon.
I haven't been this scared since 1952, when St. Olaf's most active volcano threatened to erupt. Well, luckily, there were some Druid priests who were in town for the opening of Stonehenge Land. I hate when I get stuck behind one of those.
He's dead, sweetie. But hey, I'm used to it. I put 3 in the ground. Well, what can I tell you? I like him old, rich, and barely breathing.
Why don't Olaf? Even the birds do it that way when they migrate.
I don't believe this.
Could be worse. We could be going to Beaver Falls.
Beaver Falls? That's my stop.
Babies and handing out corn at the Rotary picnics.
Shut up, Rose.
So, Mama, is it all right if I have my baby here?
Well, I only want what's best for you, darling. Don't you want to have your baby with your obstetrician in your hospital in Atlanta?
Oh, I'm not having my baby in a hospital.
Listen, thank you very much for your time, but there are plenty of other talented people here willing to do the show for free. Who's next?
The Skarklevich brothers.
Hello, I am Misha Sklarkevich. My brother Andrei is still in Poland.
Why don't you show us what you can do, Mr. Sklarkevich?
He's better.
Sweetie, it's part of growing up.
Dorothy's right. I cringe at some of the stunts I pulled when I was going through my rebellious stage.
Like what, Rose? Squeezing the cows too hard?
No. Like climbing out my bedroom window and stealing my father's truck to drive into a bar in the city to meet Claire.
It was a tragedy.
She was my only real competition. Dead. Muffin?
I'll get it. Step September.
Yep.
I'm surprised you were able to walk in October.
Just think, girls, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Sweetheart, if you want to grab some dinner, we'll have to take separate cars. I'm going to have to leave for home right from the restaurant.
Glenn, forget dinner. We need to talk. Hey, why don't you come to the studio and we can start right after?
Perfect. Just perfect. Dorothy, to us.
More goofy pictures! Here's... You ever tried passing a sponge?
What happened, Sophia?
I got stuck with the meanest patient in the history of medicine. I mean, just because a person has 2 weeks to live doesn't mean he has to be cranky.
Oh, come on, Ma, the man is dying. I mean, have some...
Listen, I want you to think now very carefully. When you sent out those invitations, you did remember to tell everyone Sophia's really alive, didn't you?
Blanche, I'm offended. I mean, how dumb do you think I am? I put it... I made the freaking...
Oh, perfect. I know my every move.
Look, these people are up way too late. This party's over. Everybody back to bed. Let's go.
I danced tonight. First time in 25 years.
Mr. Lewis, you can speak. How come you haven't spoken before?
No one was listening. Not until you got here.
I've been here. Could have spoken.
Thank you. Oh, please. I've waited my whole life to play this part.
Long wait. Thank you, Miss Devereaux. Let's take a 5.
Well, I thought you were great.
Oh, well, I was born.
And I think I might.
Rose, honey, you can't be serious.
Why not?
You hardly know the man.
Tickets to Tony Bennett?
I'll tell you what, sweetheart. Take Milton. Have a swell time. Only this time, don't throw your underwear on the stage.
Then why go?
Oh, why couldn't they put Tony Bennett and Tony Martin on the same bill? Ah, who am I kidding? There'll never be another Woodstock.
Real sweet person, but I have to be honest with you. We're all just roommates around here, not friends. I hope that's okay.
Oh, that's fine. Great.
Good. Night, Rose.
Oh, hello. Is there a Rose Nile?
Dorothy! Blanche, come on in. Oh, Liz, Steph, these are my old roommates. Dorothy and Blanche.
Sorry, I'm never gonna be all the things you hoped I would be.
The only thing I want you to be, Michael, is happy. I just don't want you waking up one morning sorry for choices you made.
I appreciate that. But, Ma, I have to live my own life. And despite my flaws, I am basically...
Oh, I don't believe this. Hey, Dick Tracy.
What's your problem now?
I thought I asked you to move this equipment someplace else where it would not be in the way.
I said I'd try. I tried.
Yeah, would you also try to remember to put down the toilet seat after you use it?
Sorry, that was me. I was Oh, pussycat, you better get some sleep. The big fight's tomorrow.
Words that have echoed from mother to daughter since time began.
Okay, so I don't turn a phrase like Harriet Nelson. You still better get some sleep.
I can't, Ma. I'm too nervous.
About the money?
No, Ma.
Before I go, I just want to say it's been wonderful seeing the open, honest, and loving relationship you're having with Aurora. You've been great. I love you, Mama.
Wait. I'm not as perfect as you think I am. There's something you ought to know.
Positive direction.
That is a very good point. I mean, she might be totally devastated. So no matter how bad the news, let's just smile and show her that we believe in her.
Guess what?
Oh.
No! I got the job!
There.
Why? What happened?
They fired me.
and it's all her fault.
Fired you? How could they fire Mr. Terrific?
How? I'll tell you how. The newly hired...
I put my head between my knees.
No, that's for nausea.
When I'm scared, I'm nauseous. You remember what happened when that man tried to steal my purse?
Worked better than Mace. Honey, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Well, anyway, all the same, I better get busy writing down my act.
He walked. Well, good night. Sweet dreams.
I think I'll have just one more cup of tea.
Yeah, and we can finish the cheesecake.
Sounds good.
You know what would go so good on this cheesecake is those chocolate sprinkles.
We finished those and I heard footsteps and a man's voice and the alarm went off.
It was Lester. He accidentally set off the alarm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You shot my bones.
I didn't shoot Lester.
I'd rather you shot Lester.
I think I'll pass on the nightcap, Blanche.
Go on home, you old fool.
So the reason you want to use our cars is so you can deliver pizzas?
No, actually, what I would really like for you girls to do is be my drivers. I belong to the front office, supervising, franchising, teasing the high school girls that work for me. I sense I may have just lost you. Oh, what the...
You didn't cover the robbery at all?
Was I wrong again? I mean, I could have covered the holdup, but it would have seemed like I was giving in to sensationalism. I'm a reporter, damn it. They sent me to cover a story, and that's what I did.
I don't believe this. Rose, this was the opportunity of a lifetime.
No, it's because of your warmth and understanding that I got through this. I never thought I'd find happiness ever again.
Some marriages don't work out, but some do.
You're right, Rose. And that's why I think that I can still patch things up with her.
This group of children laughing at her, and in the bubble coming out of her mouth, it says, "It's not funny. You try getting white bread and mayonnaise out of your braces." And then in the third panel...
Rose, how many panels are there?
16. And then in the next panel...
Could you just tell us the gist of it?
Rose, I have a confession to make. Flying isn't the only thing I'm afraid of. I also have a fear of performing. In front of groups, that is.
I thought you went to dancing school.
Oh, that was different. That was do more. I have a little exercise I do whenever my self-esteem's kind of low. I say my name, and then I list 3 positive things about myself. I'm Blanche Devereaux, I'm beautiful, men find me desirable, and people want to be my friend. Go on now, you try.
Oh, Blanche.
Oh, please, please.
I'm Dorothy.
Rose, excuse me, we'll get back to your fascinating hospital story later.
Ted and Lucy said that we could have the baby again next month when they go away for a weekend.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'm so excited.
Hello, everybody.
Blanche, what are you doing here? Is something wrong? I mean, we didn't expect you.
Dorothy's Borna!
Dorothy, stop that. You're making a fool of yourself. Mr. Ha-Ha's looking at you.
Are you Dorothy's Bornak?
That's right.
Get up on stage, Dorothy!
Get bent, ha-ha.
Come on, kids. Let's give Dorothy a great big ha-ha cheer! Ha-ha!
Her husband, the man who perfected the hot dog.
Oscar Mayer. Ma, you're not making any sense.
All right, Dorothy, let me level with you. All my life, I've been the practical one. Your father was the dreamer. So when this opportunity came along, I could...
Ladies and gentlemen, due to the severe storm front that is passing through the area, all flights in and out of Miami International Airport have been canceled until 6 a.m. tomorrow. Have a Merry Christmas.
Simon? Yes, Garfunkel?
The 88?
Yes.
Yes? Just give us something on the beach. We'll be there on our honeymoon. Come on in, sweetheart. Door's open.
Ma, Ah, you're still here. I thought you were moving.
I will be, smarty pants. I found out about this agency that matches elderly people with roommates. Hello?
Hi, Miles. Oh, I'm sorry.
Pakistani restaurant.
Indian.
Indian. Cocktails consisted of warm beer in 2 different shaped glasses. He did the ordering for you, would not let you see the menu, and when he paid the bill, he got change back from a 10.
A 5.
Dorothy, that's amazing. Try me now. I'll think about what I have.
And then afterwards, we went for coffee, and then one thing led to another, and we wound up here. Well, is that so bad?
I can't believe you. Are you actually standing here telling your own mother you had sex with a complete stranger?
No, but it was an incredible simulation.
Rose, there's something I have to tell you.
Oh, please, Al, there's something I want to say first. I want you to know that I am so excited about going on this trip. And I'm so happy that you chose me for this adventure. I love you, Al, and I'm ready to go anywhere with you. And the...
Oh, I just don't believe I'm about to see Jamie again. Last time I saw him was at George's funeral. Of course, I didn't look all that good. Red is such a bad color on me.
You wore red to George's funeral?
He's our shoe repair guy. I told him you're dying to go out with him.
Harold, I'm sorry you made the trip for nothing. My mother refuses to accept the fact that I am getting married in 3 days.
So, what are you doing tonight?
Goodbye, Errol. Mom!
You. Good morning.
Well, kid, what do you want?
I changed my mind. I was wrong to ask for all those gifts.
Dorothy, you see, I knew she'd come to her senses.
I decided cash is better. That way I can buy exactly what I want.
I'll get my purse.
No.
Blame both of you. But of course, that is a decision that you will have to make. Now, if you will excuse me, it's time for me to change into my 3rd linen suit of the day. In this heat, I go through them like Kleenex.
Oh, of all the nerve. How could he possibly...
You'd be in it.
Oh, Miles.
Mom, what is that?
It's my new big screen TV.
Anytime you want.
That'll help ease the lonely nights. Thank you very much.
Oh, I see you two are getting acquainted.
Yes, I'm just going to take my stuff to my room. It's that second on the left down the hall there.
Dorothy, the second on the left is mine. Blanche had promised it to me.
Blanche promised it to me too, didn't you, Blanche?
Whoops. Wire her together.
Thank you, Rose. And by the way, you look the dumbest.
Morning, everyone. Oh, Marguerite, I feel so terrible. What's the matter with her?
She's a little upset.
If I lose my job, I won't be able to do anything but sit home and tell St. Olaf stories.
Blackmail. Oh, very smart.
Hey, they don't call me Harold Goldstein for nothing.
Maybe if we don't sit. You had a Belgian waffle stand?
Well, actually, they were English muffins that I carved little ridges in. But people bought them anyway. I was cute then, so I could get away with it.
Don't worry, you get cute again when you hit 80. How do you think I'm gonna peddle this slop?
How was your date?
I'm Dorothy Zbornak.
I'm Melanie Griffith.
Hi, Dorothy. Hi, Melanie.
You're special.
You're nuts.
Chopper.
Rose, you can't believe everything you read in that rag. It caters to people of the lowest intelligence.
Then why do you buy it?
Because it's the only newspaper Elvis will talk to from beyond the grave.
listen, thank you very much for your time, but there are plenty of other talented people here willing to do the show for free. Who's next?
The Skarklevich brothers.
Hello, I am Misha Sklarkevich. My brother Andrei is still in Poland.
Why don't you show us what you can do, Mr. Sklarkevich?
He's better.
I really think you're old.
Dorothy, how's the show going?
Terrible, but better than 30-something.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Wasn't that fun, boys and girls?
Oh, hit the bubble, hit the bubble.
You were humiliating me.
Yeah, right, the slut. And after all she did to me, did I turn her out?
You tried, Ma.
But did she go? No. And look at us today. No one could love a daughter more.
Thanks, Ma.
So what if I don't respect her?
Look, you've got a lot of nerve coming in here telling me how to...
You're dying, not when you're on vacation. I've waited my whole life to ride Space Mountain, and nothing, you hear me? Nothing is gonna stop me. Why are you always taking her side?
I heard my biological clock ticking so loudly it was keeping me up at night. A baby should be doing that.
But why don't you wait till you get married?
I don't want to get married.
Well, then at least wait until I'm dead.
You really mean that?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Murray Gutman?
Oh, maybe we can get him to turn his jacket inside out. I'm sure the lining isn't as loud.
His tuxedo has nothing to do with it.
I don't understand.
He can't come to the club.
Why not?
Gutman.
What are you talking about?
Gutman. He's Jewish, isn't he?
This just went up. I'll get back to you within 48 hours.
What's going on? Where did she take Fernando?
She took him home, Rose.
Rosie, honey, Fernando doesn't exactly belong to you anymore. Well, I kind of gave him to Daisy by mistake.
Coastline! With only this towel between your hot flesh and the cold, wet sand.
I brought my son Skippy home from the hospital in this towel dump.
You're lying, Blanche.
Charlie, he never stopped talking about her.
You knew Charlie?
Yeah.
Oh, please sit down.
I served with your husband in the war. 82nd Airborne. Fort Bragg to Nottingham to Normandy and back, thank the Lord. Charlie Nyland was one of the finest men I ever met. I often wonder why he put up with a wise guy like me from the back street.
Well, I guess we should get back to work.
Oh, I suppose so, but you know, a big meal always makes me so sleepy.
Is that why you usually go right to bed after a date buys you dinner?
Well, what do you think?
Sophia, that looks beautiful.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
But don't you have to be a virgin to wear a white wedding dress?
Please, the last time I was a virgin, the Louisiana...
I'm a good speller, and I'm very prompt, and, well, actually, there's no law that says it has to be 3.
Actually, I just thought of a third one. I can snap a friend's neck like a twig. Ma, don't hide! Ma? No, you're too smart to hide in the same place twice. Ma!
Hello, ma'am.
Failed for 18 years, you and Charlie?
Yeah, of course. Right after dinner.
Well, no wonder you never heard of I Love Lucy.
Of course, as it turned out, I was just overreacting. I mean, it was...
You know about a good time.
Oh, Mrs. Barton, what can I do for
I
you?
want to see the witch.
Leonard? Don't call her a witch. You'll get another boil on your butt.
Tell the world, Gladys.
thing to do.
I'm off to see Miles. Oh, I hope he's all right.
I'll go with you, Rose. Agnes needs me now. Goodbye, Dorothy. If I'm not home soon, that probably means Agnes is dead. And if Agnes is dead, you killed her. And if you killed her, that makes you a murderer.
A home we're talking about here. And it's more than just a home. It's memories, Dorothy. This is where I live with my husband. It's my past. And it's my future as I move on toward middle age. It's all I have.
You're right, Blanche. It's a lot to ask.
I'm sorry, but it...
Believed it too.
Right up to the part where Jesus had his Olympic medals taken away for playing professional baseball.
That became sort of a tradition with us.
Yeah. You had ingenuity then. You didn't let anything beat you, and you can do it again, Stan. If you just work hard and turn on that Zbornak charm.
Popcorn at the movies.
You know, I always wanted mink. I thought it would make me look elegant and impressive.
We didn't have mink in Sicily. You wanted to impress someone, you shot their brother.
Oh, Blanche, you must be feeling better.
Better!
Sorry, I guess I'm just a little wound up. Well, that's Holly now. Will you guys help me through this?
Well, sure, absolutely.
Oh, thanks a million. God, I hate this woman. Holly.
Rose, oh, Rose. It's so...
Change?
God, I hate that expression.
What is the big deal, Blanche? It's nothing. Look at it this way. You don't get cramps once a month. You don't go on eating binges once a month. You don't get crazy once a month.
You just grow a beard.
Well, it is my production, and as they say, the show must go on.
Ah, pussycat. It'll be like the old days. Come on. Just one more time.
Get a little drunk, and you land in jail.
Holly Brothers.
That was all true. To this day, I get flushed every time I pass a jungle gym.
Oh, come on, Blanche. That story is no truer than the one you told about you and Buzz in the lunar...
Operate at a profit. Our patients' Social Security and Medicare pay most of our bills. Government subsidies pick up the slack so we can meet minimum standards.
Well, then maybe minimum standards aren't enough.
Right again. And this year, the government's made cutbacks. We're operating in the red and doing the best we can.
Are you telling me... Alleged tiny little waste?
Well, Dorothy, why would I make up such a thing?
Because you're jealous.
Jealous?
You are used to getting all the attention around here, and suddenly someone comes along and wants me and not you, and it is eating your guts out.
Eating my guts out?
You know something? You could never be a real friend to another woman, and you know why?
Why?
Dump grapes. And Bruno makes a killing selling orthopedic sandals.
Now, don't tell me he went to America and changed his name to Dr. Scholl.
No. Actually, he developed a foot fetish and suffocated when he shoved his head in a lady's rubber boot.
He told me the truth about what happened.
Well, I hate to say I told you so, but I did. I told you so.
Honey, I'm sorry for not believing you. There's no excuse for my behavior.
There most certainly isn't.
I guess when it came down to it, I didn't believe you because I didn't...
I thought I heard you,
I couldn't sleep. I had a horrible nightmare.
Oh, well, tell it to me. I'm awful good at interpreting dreams.
I was a contestant on the dating game, and I won. I went around the corner.
Perfect man. Everyone seems so ordinary after Charlie.
Honey, it's just for dinner, and Charles would want you to eat.
Oh, Rose, be a friend. If you don't go, I can't go.
I know I'm going to regret this, and I know I'm going to have a miserable time, but I'll go.
Oh, that's the spirit. I'll go call the boys.
Is that you didn't have the guts to tell me that you're sleeping with my husband.
Well, gee, I would have. But I didn't know myself until about an hour ago.
mind, which surprised me because mice aren't usually fickle. But this mouse is an odd duck.
Rose, how many head wounds have you had?
Who Cal's story. That is a why in the hell tell in the first place story.
Blanche,
Well,
Blanche,
I'm sorry, but it's just that I actually went through a very rebellious stage as a teenager. I know how difficult it can be.
Well, what did you do that was so rebellious?
When I was 15, I dropped out of school for a month to become a magician's assistant. When I was 16...
Mr. Labas, I want to thank you for coming on such short notice.
You're lucky I came at all. I got a horrible cold. I was so dizzy this morning, I lost my balance getting out of bed. I guess my equilibrium's shot.
Well, I'm sure you'll feel better once you're up on the roof.
Yeah, well, I...
Dorothy, I just had a terrible nightmare.
Ma, what was it?
This. Break it up. Stanley, think of me as the Berlin Wall. Try to climb off of me, and you'll know what barbed wire between your legs feels like.
There. I mean, I can't believe that something as insignificant as a leaky faucet could bring all these bad thoughts about myself.
It's a very serious thing, Dorothy.
Ma, what can I do about it?
Try changing the washer.
Ma, I'm talking about my negative thinking.
I know what you're talking about. Remember what your cousin Fred...
Oh, well, that complicates things.
Why? Don't you believe me?
It's not a question of whether or not I believe you. It's just that without substantial evidence, it's just your word against his, and a man's career is at stake.
Well, so is mine, not to mention my dignity.
I'm sorry. Look, I really am. I'd like to help you. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do.
But that's not fair.
Oh, the question.
No, Rose, I'm not going to work. Oh, girls, I just can't. Donald will be there.
Blanche, you're going to have to face that man sometime.
Look, I appreciate your concern, Rose, but I will not go into that museum today. I have my dignity. I have my pride.
Oh, Blanche, your copy of Slung magazine just arrived.
Actually, go to jail.
Okay, forget the free part. I feel like a man. I missed 2 estrogen shots and I'm dying for a thick steak smothered in onions, a tall, cold one, then going out and picking up a cup of... Can I tell you something, Pussycat?
What?
I've never been so scared. Not so much of...
I have to figure out which of the traditional St. Olaf party games to play at Blanche's party.
Party? Is that why you've been sneaking around trying to find out my age? A party? I forbid it.
Blanche, a party is a celebration of life. And it's not just for you, but for your friends who love you.
No.
Oh, stop.
Chips.
I never eat chips. I don't like them. They fall in my bra.
Well, honey, you've got to do it.
His sister lives in Boca Raton.
Thank you, Rose. That was a wonderful story.
I'm only half done.
I passed a kidney stone once that was less painful than this.
One summer, I worked up enough nerve to check out the latest Nancy Drew mystery, and Mr. Minky was stamping my book, and his... Hi, Blanche. Have you decided who you're going to be at the masquerade ball?
Yes, I'm going as Eve from the Garden of Eden. All I'll need is a few strategically placed leaves.
What about a snake?
They sent a bullet to bite on.
Your choice, Blanche. Razor or cream remover?
Cheesecake. This reminds me of the first time I ever shaved my legs. It was at a slumber party when I was 11 years old. What's a slumber party without snacks?
Instead of cheesecake, let's have oatmeal cookies.
Dog, new tricks, but believe me, it is not impossible. Open your minds. Walk down new roads. Shake the cobwebs from your brains. You know, there's a time to play and a time to learn, and believe me, gentlemen, your lives will be much better if you make this a time to learn.
There's only one way I'm going to get through this. If you two will come with me to the funeral for support. Oh, will you do it? Please, Blanche. Please, Dorothy. Please, Blanche.
I will if Dorothy will.
Please. I've been
if you really think...
And the girls...
We heard what you were telling them, Blanche, and I am truly sorry you feel that way.
Will you tell me why you want to put yourself and Doug through this? You know how people can be.
And if my own sister can't accept our relationship, what chance would I have with anyone else, right?
Right. No. No, what I mean...
We get what you mean. Blanche, we don't have to worry about what the world...
What is it, Rose? Is something wrong?
I'm not sure. St. Luke's Hospital wants me to come in for some kind of test. That's where I had my gallbladder out 6 years ago.
Can I see it, Rose?
They throw organs out after surgery.
The letter, Rose.
You mean you didn't get dumped?
Well, actually, I did, by my landlord. He threw me out of my apartment, but I couldn't sleep with his best friend. He's over 80 years old and thinks he's the Archduke Ferdinand.
Why did he throw you out?
Well, the new owners of the building
Who made it stick?
Don't worry, Dorothy. Maybe Jimmy will come around.
Oh, I wish I could believe you, but Rose, I have been there. I mean, after a while, you feel you're just in this gigantic black hole.
We had a gigantic black hole back in St. Olaf.
Oh, God.
Usually worked like a charm. Except every once in a while, there'd be a cow with a particularly low udder, and it would brush across my forehead and wake me up.
Oh, I just don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just torn and confused. Guess I'll have to think about it all tomorrow. After all, tomorrow is another day.
Hi.
Oh, really? Well, back in St. Olaf, nobody could tell us apart. You can imagine all the fun we have playing tricks on our teachers in school.
Which of you brothers has custody of the brain? So, what?
Gene, I was out of town, Lauderdale.
Oh, of course. I forgot. It's spring break.
Well, do you know why she's coming?
No, I don't.
Look at Dorothy's nose grow.
Oh, shut up.
He's her father. The Yutz has a right to know.
What does the Yutz have a right to know?
We're not sure, but...
You must be Michael's parents. Mama, put your glasses on. Oh, my Lord.
This is mud on our faces. We're not really black.
And Angela... where did you get this chicken?
The garage.
I guess this means no live entertainment with dessert. Oh, Rose, I think we owe you an apology, honey. You were right after all.
Oh, you don't owe me any apology. This was a lucky coincidence. I'm just glad it all worked out. Boy, but I have learned one lesson. No more silly daydreams for me.
Now, Nancy Reagan has mixed feelings about moving back.
Be able to move it.
Dorothy, if the Egyptians built the pyramids, now we can move this toilet.
Fine. Get me 20,000 Hebrews and I'll have it out of here.
Oh, come on. Give me a minute. I'll think of something.
Love you to meet my roommates.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Hope.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Did you hear that Ronald Reagan has just moved back to Hollywood? That's just what Hollywood needs, another unemployed actor. And you know Reagan...
Doctor said. Tell her what the doctor...
Ma's fine, okay?
And?
I need a hearing aid, all right? I took the test just to show her there was nothing to it, and turns out I...
Insert bullets into your victim manually.
Okay, Ma, I'll try it again. But believe me, there is nothing in this world I hate more. I spoke too soon.
Hi, Nate. It's me, Stan. Wait, let me rephrase that. It's me.
Right. You want something fresh? Turn on Letterman.
We were telling best sex ever stories, Sophia.
Yeah, but now we're tired of telling them, so why don't we go to bed, huh?
No, wait. It's a good thing I'm up, because it so happens that I have a story for you the sex story to end.
Dr. Jonathan Newman. Dr. Newman, this is my mother, Sophia.
Nice to meet you, Sophia.
Nice to meet you, too. I hope this doesn't sound rude. But I've just gotten back from a long trip and I'm very tired. If you'll excuse me.
Of course, nice to have met you.
Likewise. Dorothy.
You still want to dance? How can you do that?
Still early. Remember that restaurant in Sicily we used to go to on Sundays? I'd save up all week for one plate of pasta that we'd share.
With checkered tablecloths, the candle of the Chianti bottle, bad paintings of the Colosseum.
When she gets off the phone, we're going for lunch. I'm tired of listening to these lousy Mother's Day stories.
Sophia, don't you have a Mother's Day story?
I said I was tired of listening to lousy Mother's Day stories. I wouldn't mind telling a good one. Picture it, Brooklyn, 1957. The second Sunday in May. Dorothy had gone to pick up my mother, and I was getting the house ready.
Hello, I'm Rose Nyland.
I'll save you some time. I don't wear Avon. I have a mop.
See people suffer.
No.
And isn't it true that from time to time she bullies the women she lives with?
No.
For the record, Your Honor, this witness has the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen. Blanche, what did Dorothy really feel about Angela?
I don't know. What difference does it make?
Oh, big difference. The Mortimer Club is restricted.
Barbara, why are you a member of a club like that?
Because they serve a great breakfast and the parking is free. Besides, it's their policy, not mine.
Yeah, but you tolerate it.
Dorothy, I tolerate a lot of things.
I go right to sleep. Huh, Dorothy?
During.
Girls, we can't drink plain milk.
Why not?
It's disgusting. If we're going to have milk, we need cookies.
Hell, if I'm going to have cookies, I'm going to have cheesecake.
Is there cheesecake?
Chocolate cheesecake.
You bought chocolate?
Well, Dorothy, I was lying in bed eating, and if I don't get up and walk around, I'm going to become as big as a hippo. And life, if I can still call it that, has to go on in one form or the other, so here I am. I'll just spend my remaining years in the company of women. Only reason I'm sticking around is to read Danielle Steele's next book.
This is all because you're going through the...
Friends, we're here to listen. I mean, we've all spoken at one time or another about a sexual problem.
Not me.
It's not your fault, and it's not Ernie's. I mean, we've all been with a man who couldn't perform.
Not me.
Sick.
Well, I'm sorry, girls, but I thought I'd get home before you all left for the hospital. And I would have, too, if I hadn't seen this stunning dress in a department store window and realized instantly how it would accentuate the soft, voluptuous curves of my gorgeous body.
Gorgeous body. Yesterday it was a bag of russet potatoes with earrings.
Oh, yeah. Do you think it's easy to be cheerful around you two? You know how many of these stinking hot toddies I have to drink to keep on a happy face? Well, I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not speaking to either of you.
And I'm not speaking to you either.
Me neither, to either of you.
Fine.
Fine. Reason to bore your friends with a dull story, you know, so you embellish it. You add a little shading, a little color, a little hot tub. I guess it finally caught up with me. But I do think I've learned my lesson.
Can we have an elevator stopped on every floor, and I had to hold my breath all that time. And I finally fainted, and I hit my head, and then I had to stay there because I had a concussion, and I had to hold my breath all the way down in the elevator to the emergency room. Then I had to hold my breath in the x-ray, where they ask you to hold your breath anyway. And then
I have great news.
Director of the St. Olaf Community Playhouse. A lot of people don't know this, but the family drama, Hey, That's My Tractor, got its start right there.
Wasn't the musical version called Hey, Hey, That's My Tractor?
Anyway, during the auditions, The first woman who walked through that door.
Straight.
Well, if there are no more questions, I'll order some blood work.
I have a question.
Of course, Mrs. Petrillo.
When I order at Feng Chow's and say no MSG, do they really put it in anyway?
Wedding, Charlie and I had the most exciting, passionate night of our lives. After that, whenever we'd go to a wedding, we'd end up going home and putting on the cast album of Song of Norway and going crazy on each other.
What are you saying, Rose? Weddings get you hot?
Did all that stuff come out of your purse?
No, I was also cleaning out my ears. That's where the phenomen and the rain bonnet came from.
Sophia, why are you in such a bad mood?
Forgive me, Rose, but I haven't had sex in 15 years and it's starting to get on my nerves. I couldn't eat another bite. I gotta tell you, even though you eat raw fish and you like to listen to a piano being tuned, I find you awfully cute.
Sophia, cuter.
Way.
99.
Ma, you lost 1 pound.
Thank you, Rene Descartes. I'm looking for advice, not arithmetic.
Ma, you cannot get upset over 1 pound.
Maybe you can't, I can. For 50 years, my weight hasn't changed by an ounce. And as far as I'm concerned...
Al? Al? Damn.
Blanche, would you mind coming over and actually doing something?
Well, Dorothy Zbornak, are you implying I'm not pulling my weight?
That's between you and the laws of physics. Come on, honey, these are your father's things. You should be helping.
The auction's less than a week away. There's a lot to do.
It's just so hard. Put this man's picture on a can of stew.
Blanche, I want to thank you for showing me the light. How can I ever repay you?
Hawaii, Big Island.
Mother, you are just going to have to live with your prejudices. I don't care what your objections are. I've made up my mind, and I'm going to be with the woman I love.
Oh, Jerry.
I'm going back to Christina.
Okay. I want to see 6 hands above that blanket right now.
The only reason we're in bed with Dorothy is we're scared.
Scared of what?
Now, Dorothy, don't you laugh, but we're scared of the aliens.
Blanche, how many times have I told you not?
Welcome, everybody. Merry Christmas.
I just never thought there'd be children.
I know. And what is Santa Claus doing here?
Oh, they paid these poor out-of-work guys $10, $15 to stand on street corners ringing their bells for charitable contributions.